My mom had breast cancer. I was around in the 6th grade.
My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, approximately 17 years ago.
My mom's a nurse, and she kind of self-diagnosed herself. She felt like there were some issues with her body and something didn't seem right.
My mom, and she has bone cancer, she had colon cancer, and now we have it attached to her liver.
Every day, people deal with the effect of cancer, whether it's physically or emotionally.
She had a double mastectomy, which replaced both of her breasts.
As soon as she found that out, we started the journey of meeting with the doctors, finding out what the next step was. She ended up having surgery. She had a mastectomy, and then it was followed by about 6 rounds of chemotherapy over a 4 or 5 month period.
With the thyroid, I think part of the reason she was able to overcome the cancer is they actually removed her thyroid, and it was one of those things that she doesn't necessarily need, or they could use medication to kind of help regulate it. So they removed it that way.
A lot of times if we sit with her at chemotherapy, she's usually sewing a quilt. So the conversation is about a quilt.
Cancer likes to take a toll on the lives of people important to us.
My family had to be there for her, and she couldn't really function on her own, and we had to, my dad had to help her get dressed and stuff that normal people take for granted.
And unfortunately, the cancer had come back in the form of bone cancer. So these past 5 years, she has been battling bone cancer.
It's my brother and I now to take care of my mom, so it's even made it a little bit harder because she lives at the Lake of the Ozarks and I live here. So there are some nights that I make a 2.5-hour trip down to see her to help my brother out.
When it comes to cancer, the best thing to do is try to stay strong for the ones you love.
She has to take pills for every day of her life so that it prevents cancer from happening again.
Never gets to that point where she's starting to feel better, because maybe when she feels a little bit better, then she has to go back in and get another treatment. So that's where we are now. It's taken a toll on my mom, but my mom, if you knew my mom, she's quite the fighter.
She's been back to get checkups, but she's been all clear every time that she's gone back. So
she looks at it as when it's her time, God's going to take her. And she's kind of accepted it at this point. And so my brother and I have sat down with her many times and had our tears together. And we know that when God decides that it's time, that it's okay, that she's going to be in a better place than we are.